Benny the Carbon Hunter. In the bustling town of Greenleaf lived a quirky little boy named Benny. Benny was not your average kid. He was obsessed with something no one else seemed to care about: carbon credits. His friends thought he was weird. His teacher called him enthusiastically confusing. But Benny didn't care. He was on a mission to save the planet in his own hilariously peculiar way. One bright morning, Benny burst into his classroom wearing a homemade carbon credit hunter cape crafted from an old bedsheet. On his chest, he had scribbled CO2 Buster in neon green marker. "Today, class," Benny announced, standing on his chair, "we will learn how to hunt carbon credits and save the planet." "Benny, sit down," sighed Mrs. Willow, the teacher. But Benny didn't sit. Instead, he pulled out a jar labeled CO2 Trapper. Inside it was air. Just air. "What's that?" asked Timmy the class clown. "It's captured carbon dioxide," Benny declared proudly. Timmy sniffed the jar. "Smells like your dad's old socks." "Exactly," Benny said. "That's the smell of pollution. We need to trap it before it gets out of hand." The class erupted in laughter. Benny, however, was unfazed. He whipped out his carbon credit chart, which was, in reality, a cereal box he had turned into a scoreboard. "I've made a deal with the trees in my backyard," Benny said, pointing at his chart. "For every 3 leaves they grow, I give them a carbon credit." "But trees don't need credits," Sarah, the smart one, said. "They do now," Benny replied. "I'm starting a carbon bank, for future oxygen loans." This got everyone's attention. "Oxygen loans?" Timmy asked, scratching his head. "Yup," Benny said. "If we don't stop polluting, we'll have to borrow oxygen from trees. It's like borrowing snacks from your mum, but way more serious." Inspired, or maybe just curious, the entire class decided to join Benny's carbon credit hunt. They ran around the playground, capturing carbon by pretending to suck it into jars and high-fiving trees to pay them credits. Soon, Benny's backyard became the official headquarters for the Carbon Credit Club. They planted trees, built a tiny compost pile, and even convinced Timmy to ride his bike to school instead of taking the bus. One day, Benny's mom came outside and asked, "What are you kids up to?" "We're saving the planet," Benny exclaimed. His mom laughed. "Well, don't forget to clean up your room while you're at it. Saving the planet starts at home." Benny paused. "Does cleaning my room earn carbon credits?" "No," his mom said, "but it might save your world." From then on, Benny and his friends learned to balance their eco-adventures with small, everyday actions. And while Benny's methods were unorthodox and often ridiculous, his message was clear. Saving the planet doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun, silly, and full of laughter.